Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, welcome to Thursday, March 5th. I hope that your week is doing well. Welcome to the roller coaster ride as we look at what the markets are doing today. Up Monday, down Tuesday, up Wednesday. Today, it looks like we may be down again today. So, again, I say welcome to the roller coaster ride. Hey, if you are in that danger zone, folks, let me just remind you that we really need to be cognizant of how much risk you have in your portfolio. What tweaks did your advisor make, with all the stuff that's happening right now? If you didn't make any, then maybe you need to get a second opinion on your current portfolio. Give us a call at 863-382-0037 and let us walk you through our financial x-ray to determine exactly how much risk you have in your current portfolio. Because if you're in that 10-year window, you don't want to get blindsided by another 2008. It's just a phone call. It's an easy sit-down meeting. 863-382-0037. I look forward to hearing from you. Hey, I'm looking forward to our conversation with Dave today in just a moment.
Point 7 Light FM, that's poison. Kind of what the stock market took overnight, evidently. It's all of a sudden, after everything looked great yesterday, it's not looking so good this morning. Let's head downtown, see what the heck is going on now with somebody that probably knows about as much as any of us do about what's happening in the marketplace, which right now ain't much, to tell you the truth. Phillip Statler from Statler Financial Services. You're the expert on how to cope with this, Phillip, but neither one of us can figure out what the heck is moving the market lately, right?
Yeah, I think it's just, hey, they hear something they think sounds good about the coronavirus, drives price up. Then they hear something that looks bad about the coronavirus, drives prices down. Hey, Dave, welcome to the roller coaster ride.
Oh, Lordy, this is one of those days where Dramamine is necessary. Yesterday was a banner day on Wall Street. I read somewhere, I think that 1,173.45 points up on the Dow was an all-time record gain for a single day in raw points. That was 4.5% up. Standard & Poor's, the broader big stock index, up by over 4%. Thought we were in a pretty good place. And then we closed the markets yesterday, celebrated, and started selling like chiclets for reasons you and I really can't figure out, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's really, I have seen no headline, nothing really to say, hey, it's time to get out. Maybe there's short-term traders, right, that made their profits yesterday, getting out today, and they're going to play on the short-term trading scale.
I got to believe a lot of that was just a quickie profit taking, because nobody really expects, since the crisis isn't over, nobody really expects the bottom to be hit completely quite yet. So take some profits after yesterday and sell at the moment. The update on the coronavirus news we got, really, there isn't anything big. They lost one person out in California. The rest of the deaths from the coronavirus, for the most part, have been from that nursing home up in Washington State, which kind of confirms where we're at as much as anything. That mostly it's people with compromised immune systems for age or illness purposes that are the death rate on the coronavirus. They're continuing to respond over in Europe. Italy says no hugging and kissing, which in Italy boils down to a national crisis. But beyond that, we're kind of where we were yesterday morning, but everything's the other side of the fence on the financial markets.
Yeah, it's instead of going up, we're going down this morning. Obviously, but still not as much as what we gained yesterday. So, I mean, that's a good thing. But hey, it's the start of the day. Who knows where we'll end up?
Yeah, net, it looks good this morning, but we didn't really expect the kind of excitement we got yesterday either, so heaven only knows. The macro information that we start out from the government's data dump of the morning came in as expected. First-time jobless claims, 216,000, still abnormally low, and that would indicate at the very least that the virus isn't costing us anything as far as employment is concerned yet.
No, it doesn't, and it was kind of expected. First-time claims was in line with what was expected. Nothing major there. So, I mean, I think that you and I were talking about economic numbers. Does that mean, is that a good thing or a bad thing when we look at some of the different numbers? And at this point, I think they all look fairly good from an economic standpoint, but that's not what's driving the markets.
No, what's driving the market is pure and simple, just emotional panic. When it starts swinging 600 points this morning and 1,200 points yesterday in the other direction, it's not a rational buy and sell decision. Just to let folks know, the number of weekly hours that we worked last month up by a little bit, productivity off by a little bit as far as a revision is concerned, and labor costs revised downward by a little bit from prior month figures. But I mean, really, it's pretty much the dry stuff that isn't going to move the market very much. Anybody reporting quarterly numbers that might move the market a little bit to a favorable direction, Phillip?
Well, I don't know about favorable, but we've got some good numbers that have come in. We had Zoom video conferencing. For those who follow me on Facebook, you'll see that Dave and I record this on Zoom and post it to Facebook every day. And so Zoom, they had a great quarter, Dave. They beat by 8 cents a share. So good looking things there. Their revenue beat expectations significantly, but they're getting beat up this morning. They're down a little over 6.5%. So, well, why? There's nothing in the report to really suggest that, but here's the deal. Year to date, they're up 70%.
Ooh.
Yeah, so, you got to think it's profit taking. People thought maybe it would blow it out of the water, and it didn't. I mean, I think it did, but in their definition, it didn't. So, hey, let's take some profits off the table. Hey, we're down 6%, 7%. Not bad, given how much it's really gone up this year already.
That may very well be it, and kind of a reflection of what we're seeing on the overall markets as well. Had a decent day yesterday. Let's take the profits and go back to bonds for a while, right?
Well, or find something else that might be down right now that we think may go back up. One of the benefits to things like Zoom is with this coronavirus is that more and more people will see are being encouraged to work from home. And so things like Zoom are used in that process.
That's true. I would think that would be one of the very few classes of business that would profit off of a pandemic if it ever gets declared that.
And that could be the 70% run up, right? And so people just taking some profits off of that. We had American Eagle, the retailer, came out, and they came in at a penny above estimates. Revenue came in above what was forecasted. So that's, hey, when we're talking about retail, those are always good things to talk about. And they're trading,
especially a premium priced retailer like American Eagle.
Exactly. And so they're up almost 4% this morning.
Cool.
Yeah. So some good things there. Let's see, what else did I have? Marvel Technology, which is a semiconductor company. I'm thinking Marvel. I'm thinking of the comic strip, right?
Yeah, I was looking for them on my winners and losers list, and they aren't listed this morning.
They're not, huh? Well, they earned 17 cents a share, a penny better than expected. Revenue though came in, about $7 or $8 million more than expected. So they had a good quarter. Also, they're up almost 7.5% this morning.
They should be on my big winners list. That's good news.
So
yeah,
then,
another observation on that, I was just thinking that it's semiconductor manufacturers probably going to have assembly supply chain issues going to the Far East. Seeing them doing well and having obviously guidance backing it up, giving them that kind of a gain, that might indicate that at the very least there's some optimism that the crisis in Asia is abating, not over, but at the very least abating a bit.
Yeah, that's true. That's at least helping them. So another retailer, BJ's Wholesale, they came in line with what was expected in terms of earnings. Revenue did beat expectations. So same store sales though missed the estimates, and the full year guidance was a little weaker than expected. And so you know what that means. They're down 5.3% this morning.
Ouch. You got one more that gives us an indication.
I do. We got Burlington Coat Factory, another retailer. They beat on top and bottom lines. But again, they're getting beat up a little bit this morning, down 1.5%. Before the market opens. And I think, again, that's some same store sales numbers and some outlook numbers before we get started.
Kind of an intriguing morning. A premium price clothing does well, and a discounter and an off price merchandiser has an off quarter.
Yeah.
Kind of the opposite of what you and I are used to seeing around here, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Setting the table for the morning, got to mention the interest rates because they're almost earth-shaking. 10-year Treasury bills are down to 0.95% yield, which is just incredible. The 30-year notes are also off by about 3 basis points to 1.6%, kind of indicating going back to bonds for a little while for at least some of the heavies. Yesterday it was way up, 4.5%, 4% increases on all the major indexes, set some new records in terms of gains. Given what's happening to the bonds, I'm assuming red ink this morning, and daggone, we're right. How bad is it, Phillip?
Hey, we're right now about half of what we gained yesterday is going away. We've got the Dow and the S&P. Well, all three of them are basically down 2% this morning across the board. So expect a red open, and who, again, a red open doesn't mean we'll end up red. You know, we've seen before where we can bounce back. You know, we hit that line in the sand sometimes, and people will come back into the marketplace. And then sometimes it just gets worse. We'll just have to wait and see how this one pans out. Crude oil, well, let me go gold and silver first. Gold and silver are both up. Silver not by much, like less than but basically a penny an ounce. We've got gold, though, up 7/10, up to $1,654 an ounce. And then we've got crude oil heading down today, $46.62 a barrel.
All righty. World markets. Asia was happy off of yesterday. Early this morning, they all closed considerably up. Europe looking at what our futures are looking like and saying, oh, no, they're all down 2% and better, both in Great Britain and in Germany this morning. Phillip, this is probably poster child time for volatility. The VIX is going crazy. It was up over 50 for a little while the other day, and it's still up around 30. Volatility is not good news for somebody in that danger zone getting close to retirement. How do I find you for advice to get some help?
David, give us a call at 863-382-0037. Let us help you find out how much risk you have and make sure that you are in the right place for where you are heading into retirement. And then join us every weekend for the Statler Financial Radio Show, 6 a.m. and noon on Saturdays, 10 a.m. on Sunday mornings on the sister station, News Talk 730 a.m.
All righty, and back tomorrow morning to try to explain what's going on in real time on Wall Street. Phillip, thank you much. We'll catch you tomorrow.
All right, have a great day, Dave.
Appreciate you. It's 105.7 Light FM and Statler Financial Services, Phillip Statler. Remember that.
Hey, folks, again, I want to thank you for joining us today. Hey, if you like what we're doing, please like our page on Facebook, share this video with your friends and family. Hey, and if you are in that danger zone, folks, seriously, if you're 10 years out from retirement or you've been retired less than 10 years, you and I need to sit down and look at where you are to make sure that you don't have too much risk in your portfolio. The number to call, 863-382-0037. Do it right now, 863-382-0037. Let's go through it and do a financial x-ray for you. Have a great day. I look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow.